Hello, everybody. My name is Kristyn Cozad. Welcome to Abundantly Purposeful. I am a life and purpose coach and the owner of Illuminating Purpose.
Hi, I'm Shelly Schell, and I am a financial advisor and a partner in an investment management and financial planning firm called Prism Financial Strategies.
And we're so happy to have you here today. And we're so happy to be in person today with you. So, one thing that we wanted to talk about is authenticity. And we were talking about it's such a buzzword right now. The word authenticity. Oh, if you know what I was saying to Shelly, if we make this perfect post, if we make then it makes me look authentic. And it gets away from actual authenticity because authenticity is actually very humbling because it's the wholeness of who we are, right? It's the good and the not so good, and it's all of our faults and all of our beauty and all of our gifting sort of wrapped into one and acknowledged so that no part of ourselves is being disowned. And I think when we can look at those different parts, even the parts that are harder for us to maybe acknowledge, that it really kind of opens up to actually let that pass through instead of getting inside of us and getting to be something bigger and bigger. An example of that would be I can be very frustrated or impatient, or you don't want to see me on the highway. I've gotten way better, but it's because I
Good thing you live in
noticed,
urban
right?
cities. You don't have to go on the many highways.
Right. But it's just the funniest thing that I've begun to, I learned to laugh at it now. But before, I just had this sense of I shouldn't feel that way. I shouldn't be that way. I should know better by now. I'm supposed to be this. And really, none of that is helpful at all. None of it has any level of self compassion or understanding for the fact of our humanness, right? And I think everyone has areas of life like that. And so, what we're talking about today is really how do you embrace your own authenticity, not sort of a prepackaged authenticity that is kind of being sold by the world these days.
I think this is such a great topic. And this was one Kristen brought to my attention. I was like, authentic. That's really interesting. And as a coach and somebody that helps people dig into personal feelings and connections, I really loved, as Kristen was teaching me a little bit about this before, what are my faults, like, and owning them instead of saying, oh, I really got to work on that. It's like, bringing it out and embracing it and saying, this is something that I want to change because I don't love it about myself, but I'm not going to bury it. I'm going to take responsibility for it, and I'm going to embrace it, and I'm going to learn from it, right? And I think that's what I hear you telling us and what you taught me. And so that's one of the things, like, I don't have the road rage kind of thing. Like,
wait, it's not
okay.
Rage. It's just a little lunacy.
It's just frustration. You're right. Okay. So that wasn't fair that I was judging you.
You were judging me.
No.
I feel judged.
I'm just joking anyway. But I certainly have things in my life. One of the things that I laugh about is, and I've talked to Kristen about this before, and I've talked about it on our calls, is that I am not great about cleaning out my closet every season. And so I literally am unorganized when I'm looking at my wardrobe, and it's a clutter. It constantly is carried with me, right? Because it's just clutter that's unnecessary. But as I embrace that, as I've learned to be authentic around this part of my life that's just me, and my husband makes fun of me, and my kids make fun of me, and my friends make fun of me, and I'm like, yeah, I got it. I do not like cleaning out my closet, okay? Because someday I'm going to be able to wear that dress that fit me 5 years ago. I'm not kidding. Anyway, but the point is, as we embrace these authentic, thank you, things about ourselves, I'm getting very vulnerable here. As we embrace these things, we can laugh at ourselves. We can emerge differently from them. And I actually, just this weekend, have gotten 2 giant bagfuls of clothes ready to give away. And I feel proud because I tackled something that I haven't done in years. And it's all because we've talked about being authentic. together as friends. And this is something that I've been able to, move myself forward in. And it's hard. It's not easy, but I challenge all of you to tackle one thing this spring and just acknowledge something that that isn't your favorite trait maybe, but that it makes you real and human and that you can learn from it. And one other thing Chris and I had talked about is as we relate this to money, because that's what I do in a lot of these conversations, is like kind of keeping up with the Joneses. If you are, and that saying, if you've heard that before, is you don't have to live the same lifestyle as your neighbor or your friends. You have to choose what's in your heart and what is purposeful for you around money and lifestyle choices. And when you do that, you are living authentically and it feels good and it's real and it's not about what everybody else has. It's about what fills your soul when it comes to money and finances.
Right. I think we're in a time too where there's so much input from outside of us of this is what you should be, this is what you should do. And I think it's really challenging for people, in all honesty, to really find that true and authentic self and to build boundaries around the things that are really important to us. Like, this is how I spend my money. And this is just, this is just the path that I'm on right now. And this is how I need to do this because I'm building something bigger, or, just really embracing those parts of us that are, I don't even want to call them faults because they're human, but those parts that are quirky in us and that are maybe not quite as endearing as our sense of humor or our sense of connection to people, but really to embrace those things and take off that ideal of perfection, or authenticity has nothing to do with perfection. And what Shelly said, you said, I feel really vulnerable here, and that's it. That is authenticity, and that is allowing yourself to just be really human in any environment. And I think it's hardest in an environment where you feel like you should be doing it properly, or you should be doing it a different way. So,
well, I'll tell you one, I noticed the more that I open myself up first, because, through my vulnerabilities, my exposing my, who I am as a person to friends or to people that, and just telling them that, I've had similar experiences, or, when you're trying to relate to somebody, that's when everybody starts to put their guard down. I mean, as women, we connect like this. This isn't like I'm the only one in the room feeling like this. I know that's not true, but sometimes I have to be the first one to let it out. Right. And that's all we're suggesting today is acknowledging, this area of your life and share it, because it's not scary. It's funny and it's fun. And it really lets you embrace so much more than what you think it's going to do for you.
Right. It's relatable. And we all connect that way. And so we encourage you today to start to look at those areas of your life where maybe you've been beating yourself up or you've been a little hard on yourselves. I would challenge you to look at all the ways you have should on yourself, all of the shoulds, all of the ways that, I need to measure up, or I need to be this, or I need to be that. How can you just sort of open up space to let that whatever quirkiness about your personality, to just let that be, let it pass, because these things do pass if we don't tense up and feel like we shouldn't be feeling them. So to really just create that space where it's okay to feel what you need to feel and to allow it to pass, and you will get better and better at it in different areas of your life.
I think that's great advice. And I would just, just take one of those areas in your life, for example, like me and my organization in my closet, and just make a list of how you can maybe improve it. Doesn't mean you have to change it. Just improve it and learn from it. And it's just a very healing and great opportunity to embrace something different in your life. And if it's around money and keeping up with the Joneses or something of that respect, and all the consumption that we do in society today because social media and just having access to everything online so easily, that's another great way to start, by just saying, wait a minute, is this something that I really am doing because it does something for me that I need? Or is it just trying to fill one of those areas in my life that I don't even know how to fill? So thank you guys for joining us today. And hopefully you're getting as much out of these conversations as we are. But that is really the goal, is that we share our feelings and our experience and connection with everybody out there. And we bring it together as a community to support each other. So thanks for joining us. And don't forget to like us and, and share and visit us on our Facebook pages.
Thank you so much, folks.
Thanks.
We're happy to be a part of your day.